This week's viewer question comes from Jonathan in Calgary, who writes, Nick often says we have never been freer. You do say that, Nick Gillespie. But that freedom comes with a trade-off because many people feel adrift, sometimes even drawn to extremes. Trump seems to gain support because he projects a sense of direction, while opponents, and especially libertarians with their focus on process over purpose, often seem to offer none. So does a society that prizes freedom but offers no shared direction leave people unmoored? And is that a problem for a philosophy that optimizes for freedom above all? Nick Gillespie, you were name-checked. Do libertarians have a problem with not giving people purpose?
Yeah, I'd say so. But it's a feature, not a bug. I'm curious what the other people think.
I mean, how is it a feature and also a problem?
It is, the idea of America, because that's really what we're talking about here. The idea of America is not that somebody like Donald Trump or FDR or Ronald Reagan comes along and then says, follow me. I've got a great idea, and this is the direction we're heading in. The whole point of America, it is the place where you get to direct your own life, you get to choose your own adventure, you get to build the world that you want to live in to the greatest degree possible. That is the genius, that's the beauty, that is the attraction, that's the selling point of America. And I do think there are times where people lose faith in that and they feel like they're either disconnected from people or the world is changing too fast and too much, and they can't deal with it. So they look for something that they can just take off the shelf in terms of meaning, community, purpose, rather than building it every day, which is what we have to do. And it's a lot of work. I've talked about this in the past as what I call the agony of abundance, that, we have so many options in front of us in ways that, we have more options than our parents had, than our grandparents had. We don't have as many options as our kids will have. And this is a fantastic thing, but it does require individuals who understand that and buy into that, and then work to figure out how to make meaning in your life. But I would also just suggest, to the writer that there's a disconnect. People consistently say the country is going in the wrong direction, but they are happy with their own personal situation. And what I think libertarians can do is explain why you're happy with your own circumstance. And that's because you have more social freedom, more economic freedom, more intellectual freedom, more lifestyle freedom. And what we need to do is to build a coherent narrative and an attractive one and a persuasive one that makes people understand that if they feel all right about their lives, the world is going to be pretty good because everybody else is going to be doing that, build the house you want to build on the prairie and attract people to it. That's the way we do it. And it's not an individual thing, it's a community thing. But we need to be doing that better than we have been.
Catherine.